Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to JimboVR, and today we are using the brand new computer to fly the Cessna 172 from Orlando Executive to New Smyrna Beach. So without further delay, let's go ahead and get into it. Got the batteries already turned on. We're going to request a pushback, and we're going to listen for HOTAS, so we know what to expect and what runway to depart on.
Executive Airport information, Whiskey 1700 Zulu. Wind 0907 at 5. Visibility 10. Sky condition, few clouds at 6,600 feet ceiling, 14,200 feet overcast. Temperature 17. Dew point 10. Altimeter tree 0.14. ILS runway 07 in use. Landing and departing runway tree 1. VFR aircraft say direction of flight.
It's departing runway.
All aircraft red back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact. You have whiskey.
And we've got whiskey. Okay, so now we're going to contact ground and say ground requesting VFR clearance to New Smyrna with whiskey. So we'll go to clearance and see if we can get VFR. Go ahead and stop the pushback here. And we're going to be staying at ground Julie 420, request VFR clearance to the north with whiskey. We'll be requesting departure to the north to New Smyrna.
Executive ground, Stone 1 ready to taxi departure to the north with whiskey.
Stone 1 taxi to and hold short of runway tree 1 via taxiway Foxtrot cross runway 1 tree Alpha Echo cross runway 07 Echo Echo 2. Contact tower on 118.7 when ready.
Going to 31 via Foxtrot Echo. Let's see what's that. What
Executive ground, Stone 1 say again.
Stone 1 taxi to and hold short of runway tree 1 via taxiway Foxtrot cross runway 1 tree Alpha Echo cross runway 07 Echo Echo 2. Contact tower on 118.7 when ready.
Alright, so now we're going to be saying we're taxiing to tree 1 via Foxtrot cross 1 tree Alpha Echo cross 7 Echo Echo 2 Julie 420.
Taxi to and hold short runway tree 1 using taxiway Foxtrot cross runway 1 tree Alpha Echo cross runway 07 Echo Echo 2 Stone 1.
Let's get this thing fired up. Beacon lights, strobe lights, nav lights, fuel pump. Mixture is good. Flaps are up. Let's turn on the hot air entry because it is cold outside. And let's start it up. Very cool, very cool. We're going to go ahead and add some weight, simulate passengers and the gear. So we'll have 170 pounds in each seat, roughly about what passenger could weigh, and then we'll carry 100 pounds of extra cargo, leaving us a little bit overweight. So in that case, we'll bring the weight of the fuel down to around 40% or 39%, which is still going to be enough to get us to New Smyrna. So we've got our passengers on board, as you can see. Very cool, very cool. Got the luggage on board. We're going to go ahead and start taxiing up. Make sure the parking brake is off. Turning off these extra lights on the top. Don't need the floodlights. Alright, splendid. Let's go ahead and get going. Where those cars are right there is exactly where I parked my car to go and take a flight lesson. You can actually see on YouTube. They literally just have you drive right past this building right here, and you just pull up next to the hangar. And right here, there's nothing obviously, but in real life when I was there was tons of private jets just parked right here, and some were starting up and getting worked on, things like that. Alright, so We're going to 3-1 via Foxtrot. Cross runway 1 tree. Alright, so we'll go to 3-1. This one's going to be Foxtrot right here. You gotta forgive me on my taxiing. The pedals are pretty lousy. I need to get some new pedals soon. But I'm getting that upgrade shortly. Alright, so we're on Foxtrot, cross runway 1 tree. Going straight ahead, runway 1 tree. Checking both ways. Looks like there's nobody coming. We should be good. We're gonna do an expedited cross. And there we go. And now we're going to Echo. 15 Alpha, going to Echo, Echo 7. Or actually, Echo cross 7 to Echo 2. So we're just going to keep on going this way. On Echo till we get to runway 7. We're at runway 7 here, making sure no one's coming on runway 7. Shouldn't be because it is inactive. And no one is coming on runway 7, so we're going to taxi right across. Heavy winds today. And we're going to keep on pushing up to Echo 2. We just passed Echo 3 on our 3 o'clock. Echo 2 should be coming up here at about our 1 o'clock. Yep, here it is. Echo 2. Alright, there we go. We're holding short Echo 2. We're going to drop our flaps down. And we're going to contact Tower, let them know that we're ready for departure. Alright, going on to Tower. We're going to say Tower, Juliet 420, holding short Echo 2, runway 1, or tree 1, request VFR departure.
Executive Tower Stone 1 at runway tree 1 ready for departure, north departure.
Stone 1 altimeter tree 0.14, wind 0907 at 5. Departure to the north approved. Cleared for takeoff runway tree 1.
Alright, copy on the winds. We're just cleared for takeoff runway tree 1, Juliet 420.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree 1, Stone 1.
Stone 1 is the code name. There you go. We've got the taxi signs, for whatever reason, somewhat on the runway. I don't know, or on the taxiway. That's pretty strange, but we're going to work with that. There we go. We're going to line up. Looking like a pretty insane day to go flying. Very dramatic. And give it full throttle on the takeoff. Whoa, 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 hold up, hold up. This takeoff is crazy. These pedals need replacing ASAP. Alright, here we go. We're going to try to slightly pull up on this thing, get it off the ground. There we go. We're just going to float it nice and straight. Flaps up. I'm going to aim to pull to 80 knots. Alright, there we go. Sustained at 80, doing a constant climb. Just giving it a slight aft trim. Alright, continue for north departure, Juliet 20.
Executive Tower Stone 1 continue for north departure.
Now we're going to be using the map over here primarily to tell us what direction to go. First we're going to fly over downtown Orlando. Always got to get a nice scenic view. Now that we're up in the air, we can turn off our fuel pump. We just want to have that on for takeoff. Pretty overcast day today in Orlando. Right now we're flying over the I-4. The interstate. Checking altitude. Have to maintain over 1,000. So there's a couple more buildings here now than there are in this current map that they've got configured. The Amway Center is definitely there, it's pretty accurate. There's another building actually right here where that parking lot is, but it's not rendered here in the game. Although they did a pretty good job with Lake Eola. All the other detail on the buildings are pretty accurate, I must say. It's exactly what they look like. Well, I went 40 feet low on that one, but that's okay. Alright, well now we're going to go ahead and turn to the north, about northeast, by heading 045. Trying to get these pedals to center themselves. There we go, I think I got it. Alright, so now this is all just basically going to be residential areas and commercial areas, small patches of lakes until we get up to the larger lake, which is Lake Jessup straight ahead. And that one is just probably the most highly populated lake, full of alligators in all of Florida. Whenever they find an alligator in a residential area in Central Florida, that is the lake they dump it in. They don't take it all the way to the Everglades. They just dump it right there. So it is just an extremely dense population of alligators in there for sure. Not a very safe place to take your boat. But definitely a safe place to teach your kids how to swim. Alright, now we're basically trimming this thing out. As we exit the Bravo, we're going to be trying to maintain below 1700. So we're still within the Orlando International Airspace. start ascending a little bit, we're leaving the airspace. Our frequency changed, only 420.
Executive Tower Stone 1 frequency change.
So now we're just going to go into Orlando approach, announce our flight level, and request flight following. So we're going to say Orlando approach, lift 20, and we're going to indicate our location. Right now I'm at about 10 miles to the southeast of Stanford International, flight level 1 or 1,700, and then request flight following.
Orlando approach Stone 1 is type Cessna Skyhawk 4 miles southeast of Tree Foxtrot Delta Niner, 1,700 feet. Request flight following.
Stone 1 Orlando approach. Squawk 5701.
Alright, now I'm going to spark 5701. It's going to be on the transponder right here.
Squawk 5701 Stone 1.
See, it's going to change 5701.
Stone 1 radar contact. 4 miles east of Tree Foxtrot Delta Niner, 1,800 feet. Altimeter 30.14.
Alright, copy, they got me on radar contact.
Roger Stone 1.
Now they've got us on flight following, we're going to keep flying our flight path here. I'm actually going to descend down to 1,000 feet right over this area. Alright, now we're going to send back up to 1,000, or at least 1,700. There we go, get a good steady ascent coming on. And as I'm sure you've noticed, we've got passengers in the front and the back of the Cessna, and we've got no fairings on the Cessna 172. And the reason why is because this magnificent craft is actually a Cessna mod that you can install and include in your community folder, which is going to modify the original Cessna 172 to make it way more realistic as far as functionality, as well as flight characteristics and flight dynamics and aerodynamic performance. They've really refined the realism of it. And you can get it right here at bagaloo.com or at flightsim.2. So definitely check out this mod. I highly recommend it for anyone who is a Skyhawk enthusiast. Really adds an extra level of immersion. Alright, I'm starting my ascent up to flight level, which is going to be 4,200. It's going to be cruising altitude. We'll zoom out on our map here so you can see a little bit further how the weather's looking when we get there. Weather's not looking too bad to the area that we'll be landing. A little bit to the northwest, there's some rains it looks like, or heavy clouds, but over the airfield will be okay. It's clear enough to land. Yeah, huge clouds like these, real dark ones, are really common in Florida pretty much all year, except for days that it's really cold, which is maybe once a year. And by really cold, I mean not as hot Florida basically has 2 seasons. It's not like 4 seasons around the world. You got hot and not as hot. Those are the 2 seasons that Florida goes through every year. We got the Sanford International over to our 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock low. That's where they hold a whole bunch of air shows, like the Thunderbirds, A-10 demonstration team, F-16 demo team, F-22, F-35, things like that. And other aerobatic teams will also be in the air shows that they hosted there. But I'm not seeing any cross traffic onto the runways below, so looks like I'm good to cross that area. I haven't heard any contact from the towers either, and I'm at a higher altitude than most approaching aircraft, so we should be good. Just a lot of things to consider. Always looking out for traffic at all times. And cross-checking fuel status, temperatures. I could probably start to lean the mixture now. I'm getting a little higher up. We're trying to get it to the ideal fuel flow. A few extra RPMs. Steadily continue this climb. Right now there's a lot more foliage and a lot less flat areas, so ideal to have as much altitude as possible just in case of anything. But I always have to ascend really slowly because all the passengers. Probably going to be staying with the approach until I get close enough to the airfield where I can get within the frequency. Just contact the tower directly and then request landing. I haven't really heard any extra commands or requests from approach so far. Pretty sure that's who I'm with. Yep, it is. I guess I'll request the Class B airspace transition. I'm going to say Stone 1 for Julie for 20. Obviously requesting the Bravo airspace transition. clear through Bravo, Julie for 20.
Cleared through Bravo airspace, Stone 1.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are cleared through and above the Bravo airspace, as well as to descend through it, which means that we can reach our flight level of 4,200. Only got about 13 miles left. It's bearing 041. So I'm going to see if I can contact them on the airport list. Should be able to find them pretty shortly. Alright, there we go. We got New Smyrna Tower on 119.675. We're going to ask them for a full stop landing. So we're going to say Julie 420 flight level over 4,000, 13 miles to the southwest, request full stop landing.
New Smyrna Beach Tower, Stone 1 is 2 miles southwest, 3,800 feet with Sierra to land.
Stone 1 New Smyrna Beach Tower. Altimeter tree 0.14 wind tree 47 at 7. Make straight in runway 2.
Making straight in runway 2. Alright, Julie 420. Straight in runway 2.
Fly straight in runway 2, Stone 1.
One thing I needed to do was get HOTAS. Had to do that prior to contacting them, so I knew exactly what winds and flight conditions to expect over the airfield. Now we're just going to set our course 020. Yeah, that's what we're going to be aiming for on our landing. So we're now about 9 miles out. We're going to start slowly descending here. We do just pull the power back just a little bit, maybe about 50%. Turn the fuel pump on. Alright, studying the course of the CDI. 020. Perfect. We're going to start turning down the range here on our maps so we can see everything a little closer. I'm trying to stay out of the yellow, so I'll start pulling back up a little bit. On a 6-mile final, we should be getting clearance to land soon. We're taking the straight in approach.
Stone 1 wind 0 tree 7 at 5. Clear to land runway 2.
Clear to land runway 2, copy the winds, Stone 1. And that's what we're going to tell them. So we go to tower and we acknowledge the landing
Clear to
clearance.
land runway 2, Stone 1.
I'm pretty certain that's the runway in the distance there. Yes, that is what it's indicating here on the map. So now we're on about a 4.5 mile final. Just gonna go idle on the throttle until we get down to around 80. We'll drop the first layer of flaps. Try to hold it around 80 knots till we get over the runway. I'm trying to focus on the lights next to the runway, making sure we got two in the white, or half white, half red. There we go, we're dropping 90 knots now. And down to 80 knots, the first layer of flaps coming in. Gonna give it a little more power. Alright, we just want to have a nice steady glide slope. But dang, that's a nice house down there. Pretty big one. Got a couple real sweet homes around here. Getting a nice good glide slope here, right over the trees. Not too dangerously low though, just low enough to have a nice smooth approach, shallow approach. Pretty interesting marsh area right back here. Alright, we're slowly easing down on the throttle, not all at once. Gonna give it a little bit more of an aft trim. Don't have to pull so much, and then now we're just slowly easing throttle back, and then holding this angle with the nose. That's all we gotta do. And there we go, on the ground. Alright, take the next taxiway, and we are going to the beach. Flaps are up. And thank you all, valued viewers, so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this simple flight, and definitely subscribe for more. See you next time.